Hello, my name is Alyssa Schatz, and the vulnerable population I'm choosing is the children of migrant workers, otherwise known as for the Migrant Children. Why are these kids important? My internship at Children Beyond Our Borders last year showed me the difficult situation that many children of migrant workers face. During my time organizing a volunteer program at the Alachua migrant worker community, I learned that many of these families did not have health insurance and were unable to obtain access. This prompted me into the field of public health and thus choosing my topic. Shockingly, the childhood mortality rate for migrant workers in the USA is 1.6 higher than that of other children. Approximately 1 million migrant farm workers live in the USA. However, there are approximately 410,000 dependents of migrant farm workers, and 83% are children under the age of 14. Migrant children are exposed to many different predisposing characteristics. These include their rural location, migrant status, and simply the fact that they are children. Most migrant workers are legal immigrants and have not obtained citizenship. They tend to live their lives from season to season, moving their families with them. In order to understand why children of these workers suffer, we must learn about the difficult environmental situations that they endure. Since these children typically grow up in communities close to the fields, their air is polluted with pesticides. Long-term exposure to pesticides near farms causes many health needs such as birth defects, cancer, and cognitive losses. Poor housing and sewage systems expose them to terrible health hazards. Rural locations usually have inadequate health care and little access to affordable and nutritious food. Lack of such primary care providers and lack of transportation can contribute to overall poor health. Seasonal migration affects children directly by exposing them to the stress of transiency, poor housing, and health hazards prominent in migrant homes. In addition, the language barriers between Spanish and English also act as a cultural barrier for many of these Hispanic or Latino migrant families. Last but not least, these children are dependent, meaning that they rely on others to meet their health needs. This makes them particularly vulnerable when needing an advocate for their healthcare needs. There are two enabling characteristics that lie in children of migrant workers. First, they are usually of low socioeconomic status, and second, they lack health insurance. Many of these rural families are more likely to be uninsured than non-Hispanic whites. This is because many families work for small companies, which do not provide health insurance. In addition, many do not participate in public health insurance they may qualify for due to fears of losing their jobs, deportation, and stricter laws against immigrants. Many of these children do not obtain health care due to the situations of their parents. Children do not choose this, which is why it's unfair. Poverty is a cycle, and without proper resources allocated to those who need it most, these children are more likely to grow up suffering below the poverty line and suffering from many more diseases than other children. Although the Public Health Service Act aimed to fund more clinics and support migrant health services, only 12% of the migrant population are reached by federal programs. Sadly, children of migrant workers are more likely to drop out of school due to this transient and unforgiving environment. Many of these children have intense healthcare needs because they're exposed to health hazards from their environment. Vision, hearing, and dental problems are common and rarely treated. There are also increased rates of chronic illness, anemia, depression, and gastrointestinal issues. In a retrospective study of 100 migrant children, 61% had at least one health problem and 43% had more than one health problem. In hopes that we create a better system, we should provide voucher programs where children can hand in their vouchers and access primary care. Regardless of where their family is during the season, they can get primary care and hopefully prevent many of these chronic illnesses from happening in the first place. After learning about the health needs of many migrant children across the USA, I have a few questions for you to consider. 1. What are some high-quality but low-cost programs that could be created and then implemented to reduce the health disparities between migrant children and other children? And 2. In your opinion, why is it important to advocate for the rights of migrant children? This last picture is of some of the children who inspired me to do this project. Thank you so much for watching.